Welcome to the Halfarsed Heresy. Today's video, can you build a working kill team for less than £10 British? Obviously there's going to be some stipulations. Anything I own already, spares, paints, glue, a box I'm going to use. As I already own them, I'm going to cheat and say I didn't buy them, but the marines I'm using are both from the Conquest magazine, the Easy Build intercessors that were in that box, and the Easy Build Reavers, just showing that I am using the ones from the magazine. My plan is to use Death Watch shoulder pads, because the friend I'm doing this for likes the Grey Knight scheme, so I'm going to sort of bodge that together. Using spares to do things like underslung grenade launchers, a grappler gun, something like that for the Reaver that I'm not aware of, so I'm going to have to fabricate something like that. And of course you have to chop down the shoulder pads to fit on the new ones. It's not particularly hard. It's easier for the Reavers with their smaller pads than the intercessors, but that's quite interesting as well. So I've left one or two to do, and I'll show you as I go through that process. I'm going to use some other spares I got kicking around, old Calcius's head and another Marine's head, just to give it a bit of difference. And that's about where it is. I'll move Alan, our little guy there. This box picked up at a car boot sale about 3 or 4 years ago, just because it was a nice box. My plan is to sand it down, put some cool Warhammer related shenanigans on the front, and have some sort of insert where each marine can be secure and my mate can take them to his, I don't know, wherever he plays and stuff. That's just a little bit extra. So that's my plan for this project. This is the first video, so I'll stop this here and I'll see you in the next part of the video. So using Citadel clippers, chopped off the majority of the existing shoulder, left the hole there so you know where you want it placed, and I'll be fitting that on top. It fits already, I haven't got enough hands to show you. Keep all your offcuts, which I did for all of those, and if there's any gaps you need to fill in so you can have a better connection to the rest of the marine, just get the smaller ones, put them on the inside of there, and it gives you a better connection to the marine. So I've chopped this, I think it's a multi-melter from something, down. I'm going to trim down the barrel a bit and maybe fill those holes so it doesn't look as obvious what it is, and use that as the auxiliary grenade launcher for that intercessor. So it's looking a lot neater and filed down. I've even drilled out a little barrel for it. I'm going to file off just an angle so it doesn't look so square, and then it'll be ready to go on. So the squad's coming along okay. Now that it's getting to the end game for the squad, started attention on the box. I think it was a cigar box or something. Got it from a street sale for £1. I've sanded it down slightly just so it'll take some paint, and I'm going to simply undercoat it with black acrylic and PVA. Mix up a good bunch of it, several layers, and I swear by it. For undercoating stuff and just going over anything, it really does work. Do a few coats and it's tough as nails, I find, so that's what we'll be doing then. Build some sort of insert that will hold the figures, maybe a bit up the top for some dice, I don't know yet, but that's where we are up to now. So kill team done for the most part. While waiting for this undercoat to start thinking about the bases, I'm going to lop off the little slot in things because I don't like them, and I'm going to use my cheap and cheerful pound shop bases, lead belcher, dry brush, instant cheap Sector Imperialis looking stuff. I'll go over it a bit heavier, add a coat of Null Oil. If you want you can add rust effects, but I'm just going, here's one I did earlier, that's what I'll just be going for. Simple base, job done. I actually went with a Null Oil and Camo Shade mix to have a green oily glint to it. I think it turned out alright. To have a better video of how I do all of these, just go through my history and watch that one for cheap bases. When it comes to gluing them on, I find it better to use a gel super glue rather than just the runny stuff. Just gives it more to bite into, something like that. While waiting for those bases to dry, the box is now undercoated several times. I'm going to leave it grey actually, I think it looks quite good. And I've already started on the Inquisitor sign on the front. That's just a black and white laser printed out one that I'm going to paint over. I've got the capability of doing it straight on, but I haven't got the time, so just a print out, stick it on with PVA, paint it really neatly, and then I'll cover it with something like Mod Podge to protect it. Luckily, having left him out, I can do a quick run through of the scheme. Undercoat lead belcher, then I will do a heavy wash of Army Painter blue, and then dry brush either, I don't know, maybe lead belcher again, but finish with Necron compound. So when the next time you see him, the paint job will be done for the most part. And here we have the finished effect. Lead belcher, Army Painter blue wash, up brush with lead belcher, then a fine dry brush with Necron compound. Really good metallic look. I didn't know about the blue trick, I saw it on a Facebook page, so thanks for that tip. And on to the detailing. Box is coming along nicely. That's Mod Podge on the top, it'll dry clear. A few more layers just to make it protected, and the box will be done. One more marine to do, and then the project's finished. So here we have it. Can you build a £10 kill team with bespoke box for less than a tenner? I've managed it. The box was picked up from a car boot sale a few years back, just a cigar box. Sanded it down, it was hardwood. Covered it with a few coats of very dark grey, nearly black primer. Printed off an Inquisition logo, stuck it on, painted it over so it looked better, and a few coats of Mod Podge to make it hard wearing. So that was the box done. And inside the box, instructions and the kill team list. And the team itself. Grey Knight colour scheme. And it fits all snugly in there, and I will go through them now. Here we have the squad. Grey Knight colour scheme, lead belcher base, heavy wash of Army Painter blue, up brush lead belcher again, and a slight dry brush of Necron compound. Lots of gold to go with the scheme. And my usual gold way of doing things is brass scorpion base, edge highlight with gold, and then Rakeland flesh shade gives it a sort of deep gold. I know it's not a popular choice, but that's how I do my golds. And that's how the squad looks all done. Shoulder pads are from Deathwatch. Have to hack down some of the existing shoulders to fit them on, but it isn't too bad. And that's the squad. I'll run through the team itself now. This guy is your leader. Intercessor Sergeant with power sword. I cheated a bit, it's just a normal sword on the back, but it's still right as a stand-in. Then there's your Intercessor Gunner with auxiliary grenade launcher, which I used the chopped off multi-melter just stuck on the bottom of the bolt rifle. He's also your demolitions guy. Then a Reaver with combat knife and grapnel launcher. I decided against trying to bodge a grapnel launcher, I couldn't get it looking quite right, so it's just a Reaver. Then you've got a Reaver Sergeant with combat knife, grapnel launcher and heavy bolt pistol. He's classed as a scout. And then you've got a standard Intercessor and a standard Reaver. That's 100 points. Let's see, 18 for the leader, 16 for the gunner, 17 for the Reaver, 18 for the Reaver Sergeant, 15 for the Intercessor, and 16 for the Reaver with the combat knife. Pound shot bases. Check my other videos how to do them. They're quickly done. I'm really happy with how it come out. So they'll all be packed away in the cool box. And on to the next project. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe and share as always. And I'll see you in the next video.